Hey folks, most time I have a big issue with people coming in with Kawasaki mules. They have a big problem with that carrier bearing. They bring it in and say, "Hey, the front end's making noise." Well, it's normally when the front end's going, you got popping in the front end. You're going to have other issues too. Well, the big issue is that carrier bearing, and I'm getting a lot of people freaking out. I quote them on the front end because that's what you hear first. You hear your axles popping and going crazy. Well, then you get all that up and running and together, and all of a sudden, you're not popping anymore, but you sure got a grinding going on. You're like, man, what is this grinding? Well, problem is this little component right here. Okay, now this component goes in this little pain in the butt machine, but hey, I gotta make a dollar. When I chose to work on things, I didn't get to pick and choose which one. But it goes right down in there. You see that little spot there? I did have one bolt break of the head off, but it's fine. I got plenty of meat in there. I'm just going to turn around and kind of file down the edge of it and make sure it goes on. I'm going to put a nut on the back side of that and hold it on there. It has the other three holding on. Either that or I'll take it out of there. I don't know which yet. I've done it a few times. Well, I was going to let everyone know, everyone gets that sticker shock. They're all sitting there like, man, I'm $500 in rebuilding this front end of this thing. Well, now all of a sudden, here you are with another, 240 plus, depending where you buy it and whether you pay tax, shipping, and all that good stuff. I'm going to tell you today, for a lot of people that have issues with these, sorry about the phone moving around. I'm not the most steadiest person in the world. Hell, I'm a mechanic. If I was steady, I'd have been a surgeon, and I'd be sitting inside right now drinking whatever fruity drinks they drink. I had no idea. Maybe they drink beer. I don't know. I wouldn't trust my surgeon if he was drinking a beer. I'd have been dead a long time ago. But hey, the thing what I was going to tell you was you've got a couple bearings you can actually buy for this. Now, you're going to have to order one of them. It's a 60/32. This is this bearing right here. You're going to have to order this bearing. Got a little dirt on that side right there, a little nick. But it's a 60/32. Now, this bearing comes originally like this right here. I'll stick it down here, kind of bear with me. I'm going to show you how bad. Look at this. That's just wiggling the bearing back and forth. That bearing's toast, okay? But to replace it, I'm putting this one, which is good. Now, that one's got a little nick in it. Oh, well, that's the reason why I buy two. One comes in bad, well, hey, got two. Always ordering twos. You ordering one, you're going to need the other one, trust me. The other bearing, which I've already put in here, and I was going to start a video. I was going to try to just do a video putting it together, but is this one right here. Okay? This right here is a 6302. Excuse me, 6205. 6205. I had a package around here somewhere, but went ahead and slipped it in real quick, popped it in there. You put it down in there. And of course, you got your seals. You got one seal here, which that seal takes the place of this one. And I had one guy tell me, he said, man, but don't have the lip. Dude, I ain't worried about the lip, okay? The lip is there when you have these bearings, which this is actually that 6205. These bearings are open here. They got the seals because you're going to have them packed full of grease. All right, it's gonna be grease, packed full, your seals. So I'd rather buy this one and spend half the money on this than I would spend twice the money on this one and have to wait for it to come from China. And with what we got going on right now, I don't want anything from China, so I can keep from it. If it's here in the States, already came from China, it's probably been disinfected. Okay, we'll go that route. The other one you have is this one here. Now this goes on the same side as that 60/32. Now, the thing on the 60/32, it's a metric bearing. This bearing has to be ordered because not many people carry this bearing. It's matter of fact, my bearing supply house couldn't even get it for me, and I'm already dropping stuff. Told you I'm not a surgeon. All right, you want steady, you came to the wrong place. I'd be better off to go ahead and shake you up a margarita than, softly stirred. No, heavily shaken. How's that sound? All right, so what I'm telling you, though, is you can rebuild this thing yourself, depending on where you go. anywhere between $40 to $80. Now, this little 63, the 60/32 bearing is going to cost you a little bit more, depending where you go, probably $20, $25. So, probably looking at the upwards of $80. But then again, that's $80 versus 241, depending where you go. If you go to Kawasaki, it's like 280, 284, 289. I can't remember. I don't do it. I got to find a way to save $1, and customers ain't going to come back if you're going to sit here and charge and jack their prices way up. So, just kind of giving you a heads up. This is on your Kawasaki Mules carrier bearing assembly. If you're going to go through, do it. You could buy the whole assembly. Yeah, it's probably going to be whenever it gets shipped to you and all that kind of good stuff. But, hey, it's just easier to if you got the press and you got everything there, take it loose. Here's your carrier shaft right here. Both of your clips, you got an internal clip, and you have an external clip. External goes on the shaft. Internal will go up inside there. It's that ring groove. It'll go in there. The external will go on this groove right here. So, and all that'll sit in there, and that just holds it together. And you're asking, what holds it on the other side? Well, you got this big lip right here, and that lip's going to hold all that up in there. Your seal's going to be here. Your seal's going to be right here on the outside of it, but your bearing's going to be here. It ain't coming out of there. All that's being held by this side. Get a little distance here. So everything's being held by here. I don't see a bearing coming off of this right here, So all that slips through there. Do not try to pry on this. When you're sitting there trying to take this thing apart, do not pry. That's my biggest thing. I had one show up. The guy tried to pry on this right here and had this thing all bent to crap. Don't pry on this. Go to the opposite side. Go to the small side, okay, where the bolts are at. Take the outer snap ring off first, up in here. Go ahead and take that internal snap ring off. Then get your snap ring off of here. This whole thing fits together like this. Once you got your snap rings off, this piece will pull right off. This comes out. Then beat your bearings out. Get your bearings out of there. That's the easiest way I can tell you. Right now, it's to the point I've done so many. I'm just slow down. Take your time. Don't try to force it. If it don't come easily, back up and rethink it. That's the biggest thing. You won't believe how many people I got that break stuff. Just, it wouldn't come loose. Well, guess what? You're going to throw another, you're going to throw another $400, $500, $600 off in that thing, if not breaking $1,000 off in it, depending what you're trying to force. Stop that. Stop. Don't be an idiot. Back off, slow down, drink a beer, have a glass of wine. I don't care what you do. That's your thing. Me, I'll go off and do something else. But just take your time with it. Don't force it. Don't bust it all to pieces, and you'll be okay. All right. Well, that's a tip for today. I come up with anything else, I'll get it to you. See you.